Carved over millennia by the mighty Colorado River, the Grand Canyon is one of the most awe-inspiring landscapes on Earth and is home to the epic California Condor. Hi everyone, I'm Stu.
I'm Sarah, and welcome back to the 350 Bird Challenge.
In this video, we're going to try and find that iconic species and go birding in the Grand Canyon area. With the epic California Condor topping our target list, we set off from Flagstaff before the sun had fully awoken. Wings on our mind, coffee in our hands, we pushed northwards. But before we jumped into grandeur, we first visited Marble Canyon, the Grand Canyon's smaller cousin. We soon arrived at Navajo Bridge, a location where California condors are known to perch. The landscape was absolutely stunning, but no sign of any condors yet. We walked along the Navajo Bridge, and a Navajo man pointed 3 birds out to us that he had seen. 3 birds perched right where the bridge meets the canyon wall, with wingspans pushing 10 feet, the widest of any North American bird. The California Condor's conservation story is nearly as vast as the canyon itself. Spotting just 1 is special. 3? That's a proper feathery jackpot. There are less than 600 of these birds left, making it one of the rarest birds around. After they went extinct in the wild during the 1980s, mainly due to habitat loss, poisoning and lead ammunition, conservation efforts have increased their number from a couple of dozen captive individuals held in zoos. The condors have wing tags for tracking purposes, and you can look these up online. XX is male, born in captivity in Idaho in 2018 and released into the wild. He has 13 siblings, but no offspring as yet. A confirmed bachelor then. This guy needs to get on plenty of fish. Records on CondorSpotter.com suggest P8 was paired with another bird that unfortunately passed away in January 2025, but maybe we're witnessing a blossoming relationship here with XX. Meanwhile, 13 is a young bird born in 2023 and also from Oregon Zoo. Okay, we got the California Condor. What did you think, Sarah?
It was really nice to see. I'm glad that it got pointed out to us. I mean, they're not the most beautiful birds, but a few times they did spread their wings, so we got a good sense of their size. So it was really nice to see them.
We're going to move on to another nearby spot now to spot more birding. Before we go, from a giant bird to a tiny bird, often perching on the bridge were violet-green swallows, a new bird for us to count. Next up, we decided to drive down into Marble Canyon. We took a brief detour down into the canyon system, mostly to soak in the scenery, where the Colorado River slices through layers of ancient rock. Millions of years of erosion have carved out this vast and rugged landscape, one patient sweep at a time. Lees Ferry Fort was built in the summer of 1874 amid rising tensions between Mormon settlers and the Navajo. Over the years, it served many roles, from fort to trading post to school, standing silent witness to the region's layered history. Well, as a birding channel and not a US history channel, I'm afraid the only birds that we saw were white-crowned sparrows, hopping on the sand and hiding amongst the vegetation. So perhaps we better head to the Grand Canyon. To get there means driving back the way we came down the 89A, but this time turning west near Cameron onto the 64. Okay guys, we have finally arrived at the Grand Canyon proper. I don't think I anticipated quite how long of a drive it was, about 2 hours from the Navajo Bridge to the Grand Canyon proper. And the location we're currently at, Sarah?
We're at the Verkamp Visitor Center.
We're not expecting it to be too birdy here. It's not a big hot spot. Obviously we came for the condors and we got them, but let's see if we can add anything else as we walk along a trail that follows the rim of the Grand Canyon. We'll be looking at the scenery and dipping into the trees to try and find maybe 1 or 2 more bird species. Let's take a look. We'd been keen to spot an elk or two on the drive into Grand Canyon National Park. Those road signs practically promise antlers at every turn, and sure enough we did see one. Well, technically several, but not exactly striding majestically through the wilderness. This particular herd had taken up residence near the visitors centre, where the grazing's easy and the paparazzi plentiful. Most were mid-molt, looking slightly bedraggled, but no less impressive in size. And a quick note on naming. In parts of Europe, elk refers to what North Americans call a moose, but this elk, also known as a wapiti, is a close cousin of the European red deer, just supersized. Things began slowly on the bird front, lesser goldfinch here, stripping some nesting material, and a couple of pygmy nuthatch popping out of their cavity. We moved on to the Rim Trail near Verkamp's Visitors Centre. The Grand Canyon wasn't super birdy by the time we had arrived in the hot afternoon sun, but Sarah's research told us that this was one of the better spots to try. If you do try this spot, arrive early. Parking is extremely limited, and we got pretty lucky grabbing a spot when someone else was leaving. Our old friend from episode 1, the black-throated grey warbler, eventually showing a little more nicely. While we keep birding, let's maybe talk about the Grand Canyon briefly, since we're here anyway. Carved by the Colorado River over 6 million years, the Grand Canyon reveals nearly 2 billion years worth of Earth's rocky past. Layer upon layer of limestone, sandstone and shale, each preserving a chapter of ancient time. The canyon is over a mile deep and stretches more than 270 miles across the desert. From prehistoric plateaus to pert petite passerines, out pops this bush tit. One of the birds we really wanted to see in Arizona was the yellow-eyed junco, and I almost thought I had one, but this is just a regular dark-eyed junco begging for scraps, although it is the first time we have seen a grey-headed subspecies. I ended up spotting a distant California Condor perched in the top of a tree. This was quite exciting, seeing a condor in a more natural environment compared to the bridge from earlier. E3 was born in 2006. A male, he has had 4 offspring, all of which were hatched in the wild, although unfortunately only one still survives. More excitement came when I quickly saw this Woodhouse's scrub jay. I literally threw myself onto the floor in order to get this shot that you're seeing before it disappeared as quickly as it arrived. One last little walk around and we did pick up another bird, briefly posing before it flew off. Thankfully we caught back up with this lifer juniper titmouse, getting quite nice shots of it. I think it's time for us to hit the road. It's getting later in the afternoon and our hotel is an hour and a half away. Somebody saw Sarah.
A northern pygmy owl.
We would have loved to have seen that. We're in the vicinity of it, looking in the trees. We don't see it, but it sounds like other people saw it in the morning and it was super active flying around at that time. But we'll take what we've found, more birds than we expected. Stay tuned to this video. We're going to include some stuff around Flagstaff tomorrow. We'll show you that after this quick break. Sarah and I haven't appeared in this video as much as we usually do. It was just super busy at the Grand Canyon, but don't worry, for better or worse, you'll be seeing more of us going forward. Good morning everyone and welcome back. This morning we're in Flagstaff. This specific spot, Sarah.
We are at Picture Canyon.
We just saw a northern flicker. Here they have the red shafted variety, so the shafts of the feathers have a red coloration to them, as opposed to the yellow colour that we get in the east. This is a family-friendly channel, but we got some nice footage of it doing a bit of shafting, while we could see the red shafts in the wing of the northern flicker, so that was a pretty cool sight. It doesn't go down as a new species though, it's just a different colour variation. Initially, the northern flicker called from the top of this tree until the pair met lower down, much to the distress of a nearby pygmy nuthatch. following that romantic interlude, we continued exploring Picture Canyon. We're back in Flagstaff now, and Picture Canyon is just to the northeast. There's 3 trails that you can walk here, and we kind of jumped between trails at different times. A small pond near the beginning, with a black-crowned night heron, some mallards, and another spotted sandpiper. And slightly better looks now at a Steller's jay this morning, foraging in the grasses. Okay guys, nothing new yet, but we do know that pinion jays have been seen here, and we just had a broad-tailed hummingbird fly past us. We didn't see it, certainly didn't get it on camera, but we definitely heard it. One of the birds that we were seeing the most this morning, ruby-crowned kinglets, were everywhere. And while it was a little quiet on the bird front to begin with, things definitely picked up once we reached this meadow. A mountain chickadee up here. It had been calling for ages but refusing to show for us, but I was glad to finally spot it. And I'm not sure how good this wasp tastes, but at least the distraction allowed us to get much better views of this funky chickadee. Now here is a special find, a northern water thrush, a type of warbler perched high, but would more typically be seen skunking around low, close to the nearby creek. A white-breasted nuthatch, Nelsoni interior west subspecies, with a slightly more grey coloured flank than the eastern, and we noticed that their call is also a little less nasal sounding. Well, we kept seeing Steller's jays, but they weren't the jays that we wanted. Pinion jays are found in pinyon juniper woods, and this was our best shot of finding one at this location. Well, we've been walking this trail for quite a long time. I don't think we expected to spend this amount of time at this location. The frustrating thing is we can hear pinion jay, which is something that we will not get if we don't get it in Flagstaff, because we'll be leaving its range. But it's way off. You can probably just see a line of trees in the background near the horizon. We think it's coming from way over there. We can just about hear it. Kind of sucks, but we can't really get to it, so I think we're going to continue this trail to the end, and if we pick anything else up, that'll be great. We've already got a few new birds, so we should at least kind of stay positive on that regard. Before turning back, acorn woodpecker, our first sighting of one this year. And a nice western bluebird perched in the meadow, although we saw another one closer up shortly afterwards. Once again, a bird handily distracted by food. And a brief glimpse of a marsh wren in the reeds. Maybe these foreboding ravens think it's time for us to leave. We turned back across the creek to head back, looking out for more birds as we went. Well, we've been here for 3.5 hours now. We're kind of slugging our way back. We've been hearing Virginia's warbler throughout this trip, but we haven't been able to spot it just yet amongst the thick foliage, and they're pretty small birds. But we did just get it. Nice yellow colour on the front, bit of a darker crown, nice, lifer, cool. Let's keep going. A little tougher to spot these, because they like to forage closer to the interior of their preferred trees, but the flash of yellow and the bold eye-ring make them stand out. A little further along, a spotted towhee. You'll often hear these birds before you see them, and that was the case for us too, until this one dropped down for a spot of ground foraging. We climbed the ridge of the canyon and returned to the car. Initially, we intended to head back towards Sedona, but first... Okay guys, we got back to the car a little bit pooped out after a long hike, but then we saw reports of a pinion jay sighting from yesterday, 20 minutes further north in the wrong direction. We're supposed to be heading south, but we thought we'd chance it. Very nice scenery, nice drive in here too. Unfortunately, no sign of any pinion jay. We don't really hear much in the way of birds other than a few pygmy nuthatches and some of the woodpecker tapping away. So I think we're going to have to end this video, but at least we did get a few new birds for the year, and one life or two with that Virginia warbler. Stay tuned to the channel. We'll be back with more from Arizona. We're heading south towards Phoenix is the next plan. We'll make some stops along the way before we get there. Please hit that like button. That will help other people find the channel. Also, please leave us a comment. Basically, the more engagement we can get, the more people will see the channel. The bigger the channel gets, the more extravagant birding we can do. Sarah, what else should the viewers do?
If you're not already, please subscribe, and after subscribing, select the bell for notifications of new videos.
We also have a membership thing where our Eagle members get things sent through the post once in a while. We have just sent some postcards out, so by the time this video goes live, you guys should have received some postcards from us from the Grand Canyon. Enjoy. Thanks for watching this video. Happy birding. See you soon, and bye for now.
Bye.